man. I gotta stretch it out a little bit, man. I want to see what this is about right here. Kamala Harris's economic plan from Chris Cuomo. Trying to switch it up on the content. He says, well, I don't know what he says because I haven't watched this whole video, but the title says proposals are expensive, which I think her proposals are just insane. But
first up, Harris acknowledged prices for essentials too high, and then made a choice on what to blame. She could have said, look, we got to own our monetary policy. I'm thinking of doing this different than Biden, this. Instead, she blamed money-grubbing corporations.
We all know that prices went up during the pandemic when the supply chains shut down and failed. But our supply chains have now improved, and prices are still too high. So believe me, as president, I will go after the bad actors.
Oh my God, this lady's insane, bro.
Sensational.
Do you not understand inflation? You're going to go after the bad actors. What bad actors? Grocery stores that don't have big margins? You have to attack the actual problem and not trying to kill the finished product. Let's go, man.
And I will work to pass the first ever federal ban on price gauging on food.
All right, so price gauging.
Hold on, price gauging. Whatever. Let's give it to Kevin Samuels, man.
You can't make this shit up.
You're going to go after, oh my God, price gauging, price gouging. Lady, you have to understand the problem of inflation. Stop printing so much money. Let's get it down. Oh my God. You're just going to just give people stuff. And then you're not going to tell them how you're going to do it either. You're just going to tell them we're going to go after the people for price gouging.
Versus gouging, she made a mistake. We noted it. Second, going after corporations is popular. Doing it about inflation is popular. 60% of us believe corporations are to blame for it. The question is, what do you do, right? Blame versus change. So Harris says she's targeting price gouging. I don't really care about gouging, gauging. All right? I don't care, all right? You got to take the level of talent where you find it. We don't have great talent in our politics right now. We got to wait for better people to want to get involved in what is such a poison process. But
Wow.
This is who we got. So her opponents are going to say, no, this isn't gouging. This is having government control prices. What we know is this. It's not a new idea. You got about 37 states that have some form of price gouging laws, and they should. But what is price gouging? That's when you need essentials, like a storm is coming, and all of a sudden generators are like tripled in price, okay? When they had the formula shortage from the supply chain, baby formula, and all of a sudden they're charging like through the nose for it. But those are targeted and event specific, right? The broader idea of market control, that's what she's talking about. That's tough to sell and tough to do.
Yeah, that's like for like emergencies. You know what I'm saying? Like we just need to fix the actual problem. I'm sorry. Let me go back.
And event specific, right? The broader idea of market control, that's what she's talking about. That's tough to sell and tough to do. Now, the idea that this is a radical left idea, you're definitely going to hear that, and she's definitely playing into that. But to be fair, a Republican tried the same thing. Nixon in '71. Inflation was at like 4.5%. Now, he tried to do some price fixing, right? Gas was crazy, essentials were crazy. He then had to stop. Why? Because inflation had actually ballooned, partly due to price controls. How? If you're controlling price, how do you control prices, you affect margins, you're going to affect the amount of money the corporations have to create. They are going to create less. You're going to create a shortage. And what does a shortage do? It drives up prices, creates inflation. Harris.
I did hear about the Nixon one. As I've been doing my research, I did hear that Nixon tried to do like the price fixing. And then I think he had to like undo it. And then he tried to do it again, the price fixing, and it just didn't work. So yeah, that method has been proven not to work. But man, all right, let me get to the rest of it. I know y'all want to see the rest of this and not me.
Said, no, I know how to do this. To be fair, she's not talking about having done the same thing. When she was Attorney General, she did go after a form of price fixing, okay? Companies were colluding to make TVs go up in price. That's different. That's just being greedy, okay? That's right. That's what's going on there. She caught them doing that. This is different. This is market control. And the real problem here is how it's going to play with where she stopped short. The how. What is the metric? How much is too much of a price, right? What price increase would trigger the Federal Trade Commission or whatever agency oversees this from the enforcement side to go after those companies. Now, in 2020, we saw something like this. She was a co-sponsor on legislation that defined price gouging in an emergency as charging more than 10% above the previous average price. But I don't see that as an analog for this because, again, price gouging in an event-specific situation, an emergency, makes sense. This is different. Just saying that you can't make more than X as a profit reeks of anti-capitalism.
That's
and
terrible.
Yes, it is popular to blame the corporations, but you got to be careful that what you propose as a cure does not play worse than the cold you are treating. And I call it a cold because, well, two reasons. One, because this is a reference to a problem that is real, but is getting less real. The amount of growth in prices is decreasing for like 8 months now. Now, they're still going in the wrong direction. But the question is, do you really want to lean in on something that is getting to be less of a burden for you in the campaign?
So let me see. Inflation rate for groceries spiked in 2020, 2023. They started to come down. So, okay. All right.
The calculated risk here. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to
All right. So let me give you guys my thoughts on this. I think I might make a separate video. See, this is the problem that I have with her economic plan, which I was going to be biased, and I was being biased. I did a live stream on it when my wife sent me her new proposals, and I read it for the first time. And the first question I said is, like, price fit, like, how do you price gouging? I'm gonna use what she used, gouging. Like, how do you stop that, right? And the first thing I thought was, and people in the comments were like, socialism. This is nothing but socialist ideas. And I said, yeah. I said, how are you gonna like just cap a grocery store on prices? And they already, like the whole food industry, there's not big profit margins there. So you're going to tell them, oh, they can only make X, you know? And so this actually further hurts the economy. And see, this is exactly why when we're talking about Trump versus Harris, and I say that I'm voting for the economy, I'm voting for someone to have good representation of the United States when it comes to, you know, dealing with foreign leaders and foreign problems. I want Trump to represent me in that aspect. But also from the economy standpoint, Trump has things that he's trying to do to make this thing better, which is you got to handle inflation. You have to bring more money into the economy. He wants to tax a lot of those other countries so that we can get more money here. He wants to lower taxes because, to me, if you know how to use the money you already have, then you can make more instead of print more. And so what she's trying to do is, it sounds like she's just trying to print more money and then cap certain, you know, industries as if that's going to fix inflation. And that tells me directly she doesn't know what the hell she's doing. She doesn't know what to do with inflation. She just wants to think, she just thinks that, oh, let's just price and price fix and put a cap on things. And that's not how you fix the problem. Then she wants to give $25,000 to home buyers. Where is this money coming from? Does she not understand that there's a housing shortage? I'm a realtor and an investor. There's a housing shortage. We need more homes on the market, affordable homes on the market, so that they can buy more. And I already know some of you Harris people are going to say, well, she's giving money to builders and this and that. How? You have to handle the problem that you have right now. Manage that, and then you can bring in more once you do that. I just think that what Kamala Harris is proposing is dangerous for the country. I'm going to be 100% real with y'all. I think it's going to be dangerous, and I think that people don't even care because they're so scared of Trump that they don't know what's good for them, that they rather just vote for her. Like, really? Like, would you, let me give you an analogy, right? Your dad is mean. Your dad is so mean, but he's always looking out for you and he's there to protect you. You know, your mom, she does a great job of loving you, but she can't protect you really, and she can put you in harm's way. But because your mom makes you feel good, You rather go to your mom and say, oh, mom, you know, you make me feel so good and you know, but I'm not protected. Or you can go to your dad who's going to be, yeah, I'm a little bit more mean because I know what's out there and I know how to protect you and I'm taking you to a new level. Which one you want to go with, right? I'd rather be protected. I'd rather have somebody there that knows about the economy and that's trying to get us back on track. What she's trying to do is she's trying to literally ruin the country with her economic policies and also I'll just call it moral policies, just what they represent. Her and Tim Walz, morally, they're just going to send this country to hell, to be honest. They don't care about the economy. This is exactly what I got from her proposal is we don't care about the economy. Let's print more money. Let's just give them everything. And then let's focus on these little identity politics and agenda politics. Let's just focus on these things. I don't know, man. I guess y'all keep voting for that. I definitely am not. So let me get out of here. Let me know y'all thoughts below. I love when y'all comment. Let's go. Like I say, after every video, this is chess, not checkers. I'm going to see y'all at work.
It's going to be a cold summer.